Welcome to the tutorial video for the Stop and Search dataset. In this video, we'll be looking at all of the various features the dashboard has to offer, as well as looking at the different ways you can interact with the data so you're able to get the most out of your experience. To begin, we'll look at the green boxes at the top of the page. When selected, each of the green boxes provides a different way to view the data. For Stop and Search, we have Bubble, which shows a series of bubble charts and follows some of the characteristics of a stop and search, such as reason for stop, characteristics of the individual, such as age and ethnicity, and finally, the outcome of the search. If you would like further detail on one specific area, this is then covered in the other green boxes. For reason, it's represented as a line graph. The age and ethnicity, bar charts. And outcome, once again, as a line graph. Going back to Bubble, we can now look at the filters, which are just below on the left-hand side. You can interact with any of these filters by left-clicking. This will then update the dashboard. You can use several filters at one time. So, for example, local policing area, left-click, provides you with the options. Select the policing area of interest, and this will update the dashboard. It's important to note that on each of the green boxes, the filters may vary slightly, but you're still able to interact with them in the same way. So on the dashboard itself, we can look at all of the various features. So we have total number of searches, which will update depending on what filters you've applied. You can hover over any part of the visual for more detail. So for example, on age, this provides additional details such as the local policing area, the age category you're currently focused on, the year, and the number of records. This will update depending on which part of the visual you've hovered over. If there is one particular reason for stop you would like to focus on, left-click, and this will then filter the rest of the areas. So now, the age categories, ethnicities, and outcomes will be based solely on drugs as a reason for stop. You can select that for any of the bubbles, and to go back and reset, simply just left-click away from that bubble. You can exclude any bubble by left-clicking, and you will be presented with keep only and exclude. If you select exclude, this will then remove that particular option, so you're able to drill down to the areas of particular interest. This is handy where you have areas such on age at the moment, where there are two bubbles which when hovered over provide the detail, but the two larger bubbles are preventing the actual text from being displayed. So now we can see clearly each of the categories. If you'd like to go back to the start, you can click Reset at the bottom of the page on the left-hand side. So going into Reason, once again, you can hover over any of the points. This will give you details based upon your filters, such as the local policing area, the reason for the search, month, and number of records. This will be the same for each of the green boxes and should help clarify the details on the dashboard. Further information, frequently asked questions, and useful contacts can be found on the Performance Glossary, which, when left-clicked on the question mark on the right-hand side of the page, you will be directed